Welcome to It's a Higher Life, episode 50! Doo-doo! Onion rings. So that's what we're going to try to make today. And you know what? If this doesn't work, you're going to see that. Because sometimes you come up with something and you try it, doesn't work. I'm not embarrassed. So listen, I didn't look online to see if anyone else has a raw onion ring recipe, and maybe there is one and maybe it's perfect. But I'm just going with my creative onion juices and see what happens. I have not a completely full cup, but just under a half a cup of Brazil nuts. I decided that Brazil nuts and less than a quarter cup of almond nuts, this is going to become my breadcrumbs. Okay, so I'm going to blend that up into a breadcrumb consistency. Wow, that was fast. That looks pretty good. Okay, now, but I'm going to give it another whirl, because to this, I am going to add 1.5 tablespoons of ground flax seeds, okay? Because I was kind of thinking that might help bind it to the onion. So just spin that around a little bit. I had already ground up the flax seeds, but I just wanted to incorporate it. Okay, that's my mixture. You know what? Let's put a tiny bit of salt. Okay, let's say less than half a teaspoon. That's it. I don't want to put anything else in there. I mean, you could do spicy. That might be good. But this is my first time doing this, so I'm just going to go plain. A little salt. Okay. Lovely, people. Get this out of the way. Now I'm going to dump my breadcrumb mixture into a shallow bowl. It's amazing. It looks just like breadcrumbs. Just think of the possibilities. Ooh, on top of some of those stuffed mushrooms I made. Oh yeah, baby. Okay. Now, in this bowl, I took my onions, peeled them, obviously, and then and so I've got my rings. Onion ring. Now, I have them soaking in a bowl of cold water with a little bit of salt. I don't know why, it just sounded like the right thing to do. Plus, I want the onions to be wet, so when I dip them into the nut crumbs, it'll stick. So here we go, first one. First wet onion ring, dip it in. Ta-da. Oh, stick, will you? It'll be all funky. Okay, oh, that one got a lot on it. Okay, I guess you just have to really pat the nut mixture onto the onion rings. Let's try a big skinny one. I thought about cutting them into petals, do you know what I mean? Instead of rings, because then you'd get more nut mixture on it that way. But I was all excited on the mandolin and I couldn't slow down. I have other onions, so I could try it. But here's what I'm going to do. I don't think that this will take all that long in the dehydrator, and I have a lot of things to do this morning. So after I get these into the dehydrator, I'll just write down what time it was that I put them in, and then I will film later when I take them out, okay? So let me just show you where I'm at with getting my, it's funny how they want to stick right in the center. Okay, let me show you where I'm at. You don't have to watch me do all of these because that'd be boring. Although I could just keep talking and talking, couldn't I? But I won't. I'm going to save you. Now, I'm going to start these on the non-stick sheet, and then maybe I'll move them over for the last little bit to the regular mesh sheet. But, so here you go. Take a look at the coated onions. I'm going to fill up this tray and probably another 1 or 2 trays, and then I will see you later with the end result. I'm so excited. Episode 50. I got about, I don't know, 15 or so onions coated, and then when the nut crumb started to get wet from every time I dipped the onions in, it started to adhere to each other, but not to the onion. A little bit disappointed. So I put some olive oil into a little dish, and I dipped one of the onions, a dry onion that hadn't been soaking in the water, into the olive oil, and then tried to do the nuts on that, and that didn't work either. But it's okay. I did get a few, and this obviously will take more thought than just 12:15 a.m. light bulb moment. Here's what I did. I took all the onions out of the bowl, threw them into the mini food processor, and chopped them up. And then I mixed the onions, the chopped up onions, in with that nut crumb mixture. I'm not wasting any of this. I have an idea. Okay, So I've got the chopped onions in with the nut crumb mixture, Then I took 2 tablespoons of flax seeds, whole flax seeds, and threw them in with a little bit of water. Now, like I said, I got things to do. I gotta get out of here. So I can't let them sit and get all super gloopy, but I think it'll be okay. I didn't put too much water in. So I'm gonna add this mixture into the flax seeds and water mixture. I think that those 12 or 15 onion rings that I did make are gonna be good. Just saying, I do. Okay, now to this mixture, I am going to put in 2 tablespoons more of ground flax, okay? Don't look. Okay, so I'm just binding that together. And then I am going to plop it down on my dehydrator sheet. It's going to be oniony, whatever it is. Let's make a loaf. I think that'll be fun and different. It'll definitely take longer to dehydrate, but won't that be fun? To have like loaf of onion bread? That's that. So there we go. We'll check in with you later. We'll see how the loaf's doing. That'll take longer. Probably even 24 hours with this thickness, but we'll definitely check on the onion rings in a little bit, okay? Here's my loaf. Loafy. Onion loaf. Onion loaf. Raw onion loaf. Onion rings, which look so cute, and then here's the onion loaf. Okay, so let's talk about the onion rings. Let's shake it and see. All right, some of the nut crumbs are staying on there. Man, it's a good combination. They're yummy, but they're just not gonna work. I mean, they just didn't. All right, don't eat any more now. I'm gonna work on it though, but if you wanna try that, go back, get the recipe down, and try it. Maybe I just, got it too wet or something. Maybe soaking the onions wasn't the way to go. Okay, one more. No, not now. Yes, I talked to myself. Okay, my onion loaf is ready to turn over. Now, I think what I'm gonna do is slice it and then put it onto the mesh part of the dehydrator sheet. I'm just gonna slide these off and put them onto the mesh. I think what I'll do is turn them so the crusty side is off onto the bottom. Let's do that. Crusty side down. The onion rings are done, so 6 hours was good on that. You know what? I bet just sticking onions in, plain, be like Funyuns. You can pretend you don't know what a Funyun is, or you can be honest with yourself and know that hearing the word Funyun makes you think of that yellow bag, those chips in it. I'm sorry. It's been a weird, busy day. Okay, so I have my onion breadsticks now, and they're gonna go back into the dehydrator for at least another 6 hours, for sure, okay? There is the loaf of bread that I made, and that I cut into breadsticks almost. And here's what I have to say about these. Yum. Totally yum. I'm very excited because tomorrow I have a friend coming over and I'm going to make a bunch of different raw things for her. And one of the things I'm going to do is maybe make a little salad and serve it with a breadstick. These are fantastic. I am so excited. I probably won't make those onion rings again because, it was half of a failure. They were yummy, but oh no. But I would totally make these breadsticks. I call them onion breadsticks. So I think this was a success. 12 hours in the dehydrator. I think it could use a little more. The inside's a little bit soft, but the outside's all crispy. It's gonna be really good with a salad. Thanks for watching episode 50 of It's a High Raw Life. See you soon.